Today we'll tell you the story about how we turned a joke into a $900 student film.
At Six Flags.
Nice.
No, this is us two talking as the club presidents.
Oh, I'm Raj. I'm half of the presidents.
Yeah, so I'm Kevin. We're co-presidents for, at this moment, still called Nighttime Productions, but Rutgers Film Productions probably by the time this video is out. But yeah,
We have the same stance.
I'm happy with that intro.
Should we like be looking exactly the same? I think it'd be pretty funny.
What do you mean?
We both got the leg crossed in the hands.
Yeah, dope.
It's good on camera.
Yeah, we're doing it.
So what was the process like of getting this trip through the school?
Let's talk about Sabo.
Yeah, let's. It's a long story. It all started last year, as in year 2018 to 2019. So I'm trying not to make this too long, but so every year each organization gets to apply for 3 events. We would ask like $1,000 to shoot a student short film and get rejected, but
Makes sense.
it's just might as well apply, right? And spring 2019 we applied budget for fall 2019. So historically with our club we always do like a Halloween sketch every October, and so as we were talking with the treasurer at that time, Mani, we were like, hey, what if we bring this whole Halloween thing to the next level? I think it was Mani's idea, or maybe it was mine, I can't remember, but one of us came up with like, what if we just ask for a budget to have a field trip to go to Six Flags, since Six Flags have Fright Fest during Halloween, so that will be a Halloween themed short film, but it's technically funded for the field trip, not the film directly. And so we said, sure, why not? I mean, we're probably not gonna get it because, you know, it's ridiculous.
And then we got
and then we got it. So that's pretty much the process of how this got funded. It all started as a joke between all of us. I remember like we were together, I think like 4th floor or something. We were figuring that out, and Mani was like, just watch if this gets approved. I'm gonna be like so pissed or something because he graduated, and then like he's doing all the work of like making this happen. He was like filling in all the event description, which I'm pretty sure the description was just like experience Fright Fest, 3 words, period. And that was it. Incoming fall 2019 with the new treasurer Ben coming up, and one day we're like, hey, let's review our fall 2019 budget, see what we got. And we got approved for this event that both of us forgot about it. We were like, hey, we got funded for $900.
I was like, for what?
Yeah, like Ben, we were shooting a student affair video, right, that day, and then Ben was like, hey, like Kevin, Raj, like there's this other event that got funded for $900, and then the title was just Fright Fest, and both of us forgot that we requested for that, so we were just like, I don't know what you're talking about, whatever. And it was like the next day, like I slept over it and it just hit me like, wait, is this the Six Flags thing? I called Raj and I was like, yo, is this actually the Six Flags thing? And then we were both like, nah, no way.
That's impossible, right? Like,
yeah.
why would they get money for this to go to Six Flags? But then
yeah, and then the following day, immediately made an appointment with our advisor, walked in, double checked everything, and yeah, and then we got funded for $900 to go to Six Flags.
once we knew we got the funding, we decided to have a board meeting with all of our members, and we wanted to include as many members as possible in this, so we decided to go for 2 videos, broke up into 2 halves, and that way we can maximize the hands-on for all of our members and give them experience while still enjoying time at Six Flags. So that's how we came up with the idea to shoot 2 videos and have 2 separate scripts. And that's the end product of that, is just having these 2 final videos that you guys have seen.
Yeah. I don't remember. So we had to submit a lot of paperworks. We visited Sabo at least like 7 times, I want to say. There was one time, one of the days I emailed our advisor and she got back to me within a minute, and I emailed back her in a minute, and we had this like 20 thread Gmail conversation right when I was like in the middle of the class. I was just not paying attention because like,
This is important.
yeah, that was like very important. And
We never get the funding to do this, so we have to.
Are you guys almost done?
right, so I was talking to the advisor, and you know we had this like long back and forth email thread, and that cleared up maybe like 20% of the entire trip logistic, because there were just so many things that needs to like be signed, that needs to be turned in. I've never, you know, hosted a field trip before, so I have no idea what to expect. But meeting with the advisor a couple times, and our treasurer Ben met up with the advisor also a couple times, and all of us had a huge back and forth email for like a week consecutively, and that got all the kinks out and pretty much ensured the trip can happen. Each ticket was, I forgot how much, $50, $60 if you buy it single, but group buy, you can buy it at a lot cheaper, at like $40 or something. So I had to call Six Flags and then just like set up a group buy thing. But group buy was also a lot more complicated because it's only available online, which we can't buy it online unless I put my money down first and then get reimbursed by Rutgers, which won't really work because that takes too long, and since it's covering ticket, parking, and food, it was just too complicated. So what ended up having to happen was I have to call them, have to call Six Flags, make a specific order form, send to Rutgers. Rutgers approved that order form, and then turn that order form into an invoice. Then that invoice goes to Sabo, and then Sabo approved a check that we couldn't mail to Six Flags because it was too short of a time. And Six Flags headquarters is in like upstate New York, I think, or something. So we end up, so if we were to do the mail check, the check needs to mail to upstate New York, and then people at upstate New York needs to process that and then call back to New Jersey, say, hey, here's a group of 15 college students are gonna come, which just not gonna work. So we have to opt for the pickup check thing, which just makes things a little easier, but we also have to make sure like everything gets done before a certain time because Sabo office closes at 5, and the check needs to be processed a certain amount of days before the actual trip. I think it's like a week, otherwise it won't get approved. So,
All right. You remember what you just said?
yes.
Okay. Kicker light went off.
Ah,
Even though you two will be here next year, if you could do this again, is there any other place you want to go besides freshman?
That's a good question.
right.
actually.
When we're like telling this to the club, and we were like, well, this is obviously crazy, but we actually got funded, so let's go. And next year we're gonna go to Universal, and then we're gonna go to Disneyland, and then World, and then like Disney in Japan,
Singapore.
and then
Singapore Universal Studios.
yeah, this
coming
should
for you.
be, yeah. So because you can't keep making the same film in the same park during the same holiday, you know, you gotta switch it up.
Yes.
So,
So yeah, big hopes for future
Big hopes.
trips, but we'll see how that goes. We'll see how Sabo takes that. But I think the next logical step is Universal Studios. You know, we're a bunch of aspiring filmmakers. I think we can learn a lot from going to Universal Studios.
yeah,
So
you know, yep. We didn't just go there and just have fun. Most people enjoyed the day. They all learned a lot, more than you could ever possibly do.
Teach in
Like
classroom setting.
exactly, teach in classroom setting, or just film like in a dorm, like having hands-on experience in like an actual theme park.
Yeah, yeah.
is
It's a setting that you don't usually get the opportunity to shoot a film in, but we had the opportunity, so we learned a lot from it. So I think that was really important, and I'm glad we were able to get the funding to do it. And I hope we can do it again next year. But we won't be here. But I hope
Yeah.
our club can continue the legacy.
yeah, who will hopefully this becomes a annual thing, or maybe an every other 2-year thing. Yeah. Oh, the food. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the food.
Oh, the voucher.
Yeah, the
I forgot we
vouchers.
had those.
Yeah, that was so funny. So it's just a very like technical loophole that we went through.
You think you can mention it in like 2 minutes or less?
Yeah, I mean, for a voucher is just because even though we get funded for 900, we don't have infinite budget for food. Each person can only get $15 or less, and the food voucher at Six Flags is $14.99, which plus tax gets over 15. So we can't use our funded money for that, or Well, we can. We just can only cover 15, so we need to somehow get the extra money, either just pay out of pocket or pay out of our generated revenue from fundraising. Or what we ended up doing was just to have fundraise this trip. So everyone who attended this Six Flags trip needs to pay $10 in fee.
It became an opportunity for our club to fundraise as well. And
So we do need to charge $10 for food.
It's a bait and switch. I can't.
So originally it was.
it's an educational trip. Don't get too excited now.
After I submitted the form, Six Flags, actually it wasn't Six Flags, it was our advisor, told us that Rutgers, as a educational facility, I guess, is actually tax exempt. So we ended up figuring that out. So every voucher ended up costing $14.99, and so the whole $10 went to generated revenue. Yeah, that's what happened. Very interesting. The entire process of trying to figure this out, like, we learned so much about Sabo stuff.
Yeah, honestly,
and like
how to operate
Yeah,
as a club.
how to operate as a club, how to get budget, how to get how to get gas reimbursement, how to get cash advance or check advance, yada yada, all these different things. When we pretty much just learned everything in like a week.
Right. I guess like as a conclusive statement about that, it wasn't just an opportunity for our club members to experience the filming process, but as the e-board, as the leaders of the club, we learned a lot about how to accommodate a trip like this and how to run a club, and it just takes our club to the next level. So hopefully we'll continue to learn and improve our club at Rutgers and do more amazing things in the future.
Yeah. That was good. Today we're going to talk you a story about what story time. We use Rutgers money to go to Six Flags, even though that's 100% true.
Gone wrong.
Yeah.
So today we'll tell you the story about how we turned a $900 joke into
$900 joke.
that was a weird sentence.
Yeah. Yeah.